Good afternoon, children. This is Harman sir here. In the previous class, we are discussing about the introduction to Euclid's geometry. Right? So, the word geometry comes from the Greek words geo. So, geo meaning the earth and the metron. So, meaning to measure. Right, so the word geometry comes from the Greek words geo and metron, whereas geo means earth, metrons meanings to measure. So geometry appears to have originated from the need for measuring land. This branch of mathematics was studied in various forms in every ancient civilization, be it in Egypt, Babylonia, China, India, Greece, and Incas, etc. The people of these civilizations faced several practical problems which required the development of geometry in various ways. And also you know that who was the father of geometry, right? Yes, so the father of geometry was Euclid, right? So in this chapter, we shall discuss Euclid's approach to geometry and shall try to link it with the present day geometry, right? So the Greek mathematician of Euclid's time thought of geometry as an abstract model of the world in which they lived. The notions of point, line, plane or surface and so on were derived from what was seen around them. From study of the space and solids, in this space, them an abstract geometrical notions of a solid object was developed. Okay. Then a solid has a shape, size, position and can be moved from one place to another. Its boundaries are called surfaces. They separate one part of the space from another and are said to have no thickness. So the boundaries of the surfaces are curves or straight lines. These lines ends in points. Okay, so consider the three steps from solids to points: solids, surfaces, lines, points. In each step, we lost one extension, also called a dimension. So, a solid has three dimensions, a surface has two, and a line has one, and a point has none. Right? So, a solid has three dimensions, which are there means a solid has both length, breadth and height. A surface has two, that is length and breadth. A line has only one dimension, that is only length, there is no breadth, and a point has none. So Euclid summarized these statements as definitions. He began his exposition by listing 23 definitions in book 1 of Elements. A few of them are given below. A point is that which has no point. Yes. A point is that which has no part. So we know that a point is the smallest geometrical figure, is that which has no part. And also we discussed about a line and straight line. So a line is only one dimension, that is length, there is no breadth. A line is breadthless length. The ends of a lines are points. The ends of a line are points. A line segment has two end points. It has only one dimension, that is length. There is no breadth, and it can be denoted as AB. It can be denoted as AB. It is a line segment, so it can be represented as AB. Okay, then A straight line is a line which lies evenly with the points on itself, right? So a straight line, there is no end point. So see, this is a line, straight line, double arrow mark, it is PQ. It can be represented as like this, PQ. Okay, a surface is that which has length and breadth only. A surface has a two dimension, that is length and breadth, there is no height. Then the edges of a surface are lines. A plane surface is a surface which lies evenly with the straight lines on itself. Okay, so we so it is clear about the differences between line segment and a straight line. A line segment has two end point, but a straight line there is no end point. A line segment has finite in length, but a straight line is infinite in length. So a line segment and a straight line has only one dimension, that is length, there is no breadth. See, is it clear to all children? Yes. Okay. Okay, if you carefully study these definitions, has find that some of the terms like part, breadth, length, evenly, etc. need to be further explained clearly. For example, consider his definition of a point. In this definition, a part needs to be defined. Suppose if you define a part to be that which occupies area, again an area needs to be defined. So to define one thing, you need to define many other things, and you may get a long chain of definitions without an end. For such reasons, mathematicians agree to some geometric terms undefined. However, we do have a initiative feeling for the geometric concept of a line than what the definition above gives us. So we represent a point as a dot, even though a dot has some definition. Okay. So, though Euclid defined a point, a line, a plane, so the definitions are not accepted by mathematicians. Therefore, these terms are now taken as undefined. Okay, so the next subtopic is axioms and postulates are the assumptions which are obvious universal truth. They are not proved. Starting with these definitions, Euclid assumed certain properties which were not to be proved. These assumptions are actually obvious universal truth. He divided them into two types. One is axioms, another one is postulates. So he used the term postulates for the assumption that were specific to geometry, common notions on the same other hand were assumptions used throughout the mathematics and not specifically linked to geometry. For details about axioms and postulates, some of the Euclid's axioms not in his order. So next we have theorems or statements which are proved using definitions, axioms, previously proved statements and deductive reasoning. Okay, after Euclid stated his postulates and axioms, he used them to prove other results. Then using these results, he proved some more results by applying deductive reasoning. The statements that were proved are called propositions or theorems. Euclid deduced 465 propositions in a logical chain using his axioms and postulates, definitions and theorems proved earlier in the chain.